For Tyler native David Honeycutt, a last-minute decision to stay with his parents ultimately saved his life. But it's not just for the visually impaired. You can play the game too. All you have to do is step up to the plate, put on a blindfold, and listen for your pitch. It happened after the bus had left the Career and Technology Center, when students noticed that the driver was slowing down, running red lights, and drifting on and off of the road. The package is made up of 2 propositions totaling more than $125 million. We reported on the struggle that East Texans are having trying to buy a home. The housing problems are trickling down into the rental market now. Some families are having to get creative just to make rent. I'm at the Longview Community Center, and the turnout has not disappointed. When we first got here, there wasn't a line at all, and now you can see behind me, people are actually starting to show up. Parents would have to be separated from their newborn if the baby required an extra level of care. This new unit will give mothers the chance to bond with their baby in need. This massive tree has been down at a high-traffic intersection since Tuesday morning. These trails are stretching across the city, connecting one side to the other. Now, some say this is the perfect way to continue growing the city of Longview. After waiting 4 years for this opportunity, the Lufkin Panthers high school cheerleading team is getting ready to hit the mat at the National Cheerleaders Association competition. Since 1995, this has been home to the first drive-through Christmas park in Texas. It was right here at Gladewater High School where Winston Hill would start his storied football career. After COVID-19 forced a 2-year hiatus, organizers hope to make this event bigger and better than it was last remembered. In recent years, the school board has even approved across-the-board raises for all of their teachers. Small businesses have also rallied behind the students, and they are in the process of setting up a fundraiser that will directly benefit Lewis and his family. Mercy Works is a humanitarian organization hoping to take the message, help thy neighbor global. This is where school officials will answer any questions about the $89 million package that would allow them to build 2 new campuses. Even without the pandemic, students start school on all different levels of the academic spectrum. Teacher-to-parent communication is important, now more than ever. When she learned that it was not going to change anytime soon, her family decided to install solar panels to reduce the cost themselves. For Longview native Shayna Porter, a single mother of 2, she says roughly 70% of her monthly income is drained when rent is due, or ALPR. This is what they use to track a suspected vehicle after an aggravated robbery occurred at this Raceway gas station. In the past 12 days, there have been 3 accidents related to drunk driving here in East Texas. All 3 ended with the deaths of innocent people. The pandemic brought on a lot of new challenges for teachers, but now they are excited and grateful that their dedication is being recognized. America's favorite pastime is an all-inclusive sport, and this baseball team in Tyler is proving just that.
B-ball is a sport made for the blind.
That's right, it's called beat ball, a sport designed for the visually impaired, and this team wants to show that their disabilities are not limits.
It's a great sport for the blind, and also to show the sighted that we are here competing and doing things that we never had an opportunity to do.
Here's the catch: the bases and ball beat to help guide the players. After that, it's all about communicating with your team.
It's up to us to communicate with each other so we won't collide.
But it's not just for the visually impaired. You can play the game too. All you have to do is step up to the plate, put on a blindfold, and listen for your pitch.
Set. Ready? Ball.
The ball beeps, and if we're on defense, which means, we'll have our blindfolds on, and we'll have to try to fill the ball after whoever our opponent is whenever they hit it, and vice versa when we're on offense.
Ronald grew up always wanting a place on the football field, but when he heard about the Tyler Tigers playing, he knew this was the place for him.
I never really thought about playing softball. I just wanted to play football. But I seen him tackle the base like it was like a football player. So I was like, wow, this is baseball or softball. I was like, yeah, it's mixed in one. So I was like, it was pretty interesting. The team catching the attention of Dean Stewart, who through curiosity learned the name of the game.
I'd never seen it, much less being around it for 28 years. I was shocked that I had never seen this before.
As a small business owner, he knew he could offer support to this deserving team.
I just wanted them to feel the support of the community, and anything I could do to help make them feel like they belonged and that they deserve to be here just like anybody else.
What started as a team for those in need, now a family.
It's great to get together with and do stuff positive in the community, and just getting together and telling our stories about how you lost your eyesight and how you overcoming obstacles.
Madison Herber, KETK News.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
The unanimous vote rezones 11.5 acres from a multifamily area to general retail, but the community is divided on the decision.
So I ask you, the council, to please just consider this.
Not crazy about this being so close to so many of the properties in Huntington.
This is the lot that's being considered for this brand new business, and just behind these trees is Paul Borman Trails. These trails are stretching across the city, connecting one side to the other. Now some say this is the perfect way to continue growing the city of Longview.
Everyone has it. It's a very progressive thing to give active families something to do.
But if you move just hundreds of feet to the south, behind these trees is a neighborhood. And these neighbors, they are strongly opposing the idea, saying that it would bring light and noise pollution into their homes.
No, I'm not for it. It's the sound, I believe, that would impact the residents that are in a certain radius.
But the business will have restrictions, such as volume control for live performances and musical entertainment, adding buffers like dense trees between the business and closest residences, and trash cans at every exit leading towards community trails. Under these conditions, City Council was in agreement.
I wanted the rest of the council to know that I support this because I've done my homework on it.
The brains behind the business, Kenneth Shore, says he is doing this for the community and promises to fulfill every requirement.
I've seen the need for this for a long time. I don't want to disturb anybody. You can see the distances, the 226 foot of woods, and I plan to keep that there.